Hello, my darling demons. I knew you wanted more, so here we are back again with Sakura Santa. No, that's not what I wanted. Load. Load this one. I do. And this time, we're gonna go with Itsumi. We're going Itsumi route this time. I think we'll go visit Itsumi today. She needs help this week, right? Still, I have the flyer she gave me. I think it's just a short walk from my appointment. This should be fine. Though, didn't she say she was really busy? Will she still be in the rabbit costume? It's clean, tidy, and has some nice looking paintings. Let's look at the paintings. Looks like a sunset with water, tree, beach. It's clean, tidy, and it has some nice looking paintings. I think I've seen them somewhere before. I don't know where, but they seem familiar to me. Probably just imagining things. Then someone comes up behind me. Cafe owner, you must be Kojo. Itsumi told me you'd be coming. She did? She said that you were reliable, which is exactly what we're going to need over Christmas. What days will you be able to show up for work? I'm not really that busy this week, but I don't know if I can make this a regular thing. Oh. Have an inconsistent schedule. Yeah, there's some people I need to see this week. I prefer someone who could be more here consistently, but I suppose I'll take it. It's kind of a favor for Itsumi, so I don't mind doing it for free. I don't think you'll keep up that tune after you've seen the Christmas crowds. Rush hour is soon. It's not usually during the day. No, it's not that. Rush hour starts when, let me guess, when Itsumi starts working? Correct. She really is popular, you know. At least you're being honest about your business taxes. A man has to do what he can to survive in a cutthroat world of food service. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with him using Itsumi like that. But she's been working here a long time, so I guess she's okay with it. Shall I get started then? Sure. Go to the back room and put on a uniform. Got a bunch of spares back there, so you should be able to find something that fits. Right away. Back room. It feels odd to do a job like this. I mean, hospitality is one thing I've tried to avoid. I've had a few jobs like this, and they've all left bad taste in my mouth. Angry customers are the worst things you can deal with in any profession. Yet here I am, I'm at Itsumi's request. I guess I'm just happy to do something, even if I complain. Where is that? Oh, here's the back room. I guess there's a spare uniform. Now then, I better get changed. What? What is she doing? She still got the bunny ears on? Sometimes you have those moments where every part of you is screaming, you fucked up. Yeah. And I'm feeling that way about now. Itsumi glances over to me, still getting dressed in her bunny outfit. She's only just begun, her entire curved body laid before me to see. So you came. She completely bent over, indifferent to the fact that I'm here. Will you be working today, Kojo? She straightens up, slowly pulling her bunny outfit arm with the motion. It gets stuck, however. She tugs on it and seems like the outfit is too small to pick it past her hips. With great effort, she managed to force herself into her curves, fill out lower half of the bunny outfit perfectly. Distillery has become a one. Isn't it? Isn't that outfit a bit tight for you? It brings the customers if it's tight. Right. What are you acting so embarrassed over? Didn't we used to take baths together when we were younger? Right. Middle school was merely when we departed. But have been together for far longer than that. I don't see how this is any different. This is completely different. She turns to face me. She pulls the front of her outfit out. How so? Once again, the uniform resists pulling over her chest. I don't even want to argue now. As much as her indifference weirds me out, I can't help but admire the view. Is that why you're so comfortable right now? Of course, after all, it's you. It's fine when Kojo, who sees me like this, have some modesty to Sumi. You're the one standing there gawking. Well, yes, but just... Starts to let the feather droop in front of me, showing me more. I don't know how to respond to that. We're adults now, Kojo. There's no need to start act bashful. If I were a dense man this moment where I'd go, huh? But that is not who I am, I think. This job seems to suit you well. So you're saying that I'm shameless. He's not wrong. Being shameless around you is fine, because you're shameless too. Don't label me like that. Though maybe she's right. She steps out of the changing room, then ready to start. So you're here to help out, Kojo? Or did you want to see how much I've changed since last time? Help out, of course. Is there a reason why I wouldn't? No, but you do sometimes forget. How could I forget something as important as this? It's happened before. You're right, I'm not wrong. This calf seems a little jam-packed. I told you the owner about you. You can start working today if you like. We still haven't hit the rush hour yet. I see. What do you need me to do? Wash different, serve tables, anything. I haven't worked in a cafe before, so I'll just have to try my best. Sure thing. So what will I be doing? Cleaning? Just wash dishes and wipe down tables. That's all you need to do. You make it sound so simple. It will be as far from it, Kojo. Eh? It's really going to be that bad? I've been living alone for a while, so I'm fine with cleaning things. Then the ground starts to tremble and shake. Itsumi? Yes, Kojo? What was that? What does it sound of 1,000 feet walking towards us the very moment? Do you know what that means? It means it's almost time to start work. Drops of cold sweat bead down my forehead. I have a bad feeling about this. You're not the only one. After one of the most nightmarish days of my life, I'm finally nearing the end of this shift. There's still a massive pile of dishes next to me. My hands are shaking as I continue to scrub, wash, and rinse dishes. Itsumi comes over to see how I'm doing. So that's what a typical day at this cafe is like? How are you holding up? I'm fine, I think. Honestly, I'm just putting on a brave front. I'm terrified of working here now. Is that why your hands are trembling? Maybe. You should be more honest with yourself, Kojo. You don't have to force yourself if you don't want to continue here. Nah, I'm not going to back away from a challenge. Besides, you asked me to come, so that's why I'm doing it. Well, thank you, Kojo. You were a big help today. I didn't really do much. The fact that you can handle these crowds is amazing. It's nothing, really. If I didn't have your help, I would have been overwhelmed. I find that hard to believe, Itsumi. You handled it so well. Practice, I guess. You've had enough bad customers not to worry them? More or less. I've been working here for years, after all. It's only natural that I got used to it. Anyway, work's done. I should go get change. You planning on joining me again, Kojo? It's alright, come on. Don't be shy. Really, it's fine. Although she had a great figure, it makes me uncomfortable to see her like that. I don't know why. Suit yourself. She wanders into the back room. I finally sit down for a moment. My arms are screaming. My back aches and I have all these dishes to deal with. If I work here for a while, I'll probably start to hate the smell of detergent. Right now, though, I'm starting thinking about Itsumi. I don't know where I stand with her. With all the way she acts around me, how could I possibly interpret it as anything else but her being interested? No fully grown woman just flaunts her nudity in front of her friends like that. So maybe her feelings from middle school are still alright. Alright? Does she know that I knew how she felt? At the time I knew they were going to different schools, so I didn't want to start anything and then have it be broken apart. I know that she used to read a lot of manga, and probably thinks of me as oblivious harem protagonist. I don't think people think of people like that in real life. Hey, I never understand how that trope is supposed to work. I've only been out a few dates, and even I know that when a woman's hitting on me. But that's besides the point. She's definitely flirting with me, so I guess she still sees me that way. Of course I can't just act on assumption. The best thing to do is probably let progress naturally. Maybe I'll ask her out on a date and see where things go from there. She seems really busy though. I wonder if I'll get to spend time with her at all. She has to deal with these crowds every day. I can't help but wonder how much the cafe relies on her. Aw, she's in a different outfit. She walks over in her casual clothes. Pretty tired after today. But I'd like to see your apartment sometime, Kojo. Sure, Itsumi. Be nice to catch up. Yes. Anyway, see you next time. See you then. Aw. Over this walk over the cafe and part ways. Oh, she got an outfit change. Oops, I didn't read that. Now I spend time I won't be long enough to spend. The phone's ringing in my apartment, cuts through my thoughts. It's Mother. It's the same exact conversation. Do you remember Itsumi? Itsumi? The girl you knew in middle school? Yeah, she's living around here now. This is where she moved when she was younger. You know, after you left middle school, you remember you were really sad that day? Yeah. I don't like to think about it, but she's right. Asumi is a true friend. Maybe we're destined to come together again. Maybe so. We have a lot of time catching up to do. Nothing like bonding over embarrassing childhood memories. Please don't talk about that. Let an old woman have her fun. Anyway, I have to go. Enjoy Christmas, Kojo. Don't worry, I will. Bye, Mother. Okay. So the conversation changed to light. Let's save. Well, that sure was a day. I had a lot of fun, though. How does Asumi cope with every year? She's so attuned to the crowd. They don't seem to bother her at all. Or she used to be so lazy about everything. I guess she still is. Still, always calm expression on her face after all these years. And what I like most is when she smiles. I know she must be truly happy when she smiles. She did smile a bit when she saw me today. Does that mean she still has feelings for me? Maybe I should have acted on those long ago. I don't know. What I do know is that she really has changed, physically. Back then she was flat like a pancake. I know she has massive freaks that peak touched the heavens. And I know I'm shameless, but she doesn't care one bit about being naked. There's still plenty of time until Christmas, so I wonder. I'll just have to think about it. Let's go. I'm looking forward to it. So it'll be nice to see Misumi again. This time Asumi is already dressed. She looks ready for the day. I love this one. This cute. Oh, Kojo. Good to see you again. Good to see you too, Asumi. Why is Asumi getting so much outfit changes and Santa did not get any? It's an interesting outfit you have there. A Santa outfit. Very flattering one at that. You don't have to say what you're thinking, do I? Not at all. You really aren't any different from back then. You're the biggest pervert in school. Those were just misunderstandings. Yes, misunderstanding is what you called them. Anyway, today's going to be another busy day. Those customers won't be here for a while. She sits down at one of the tables. Really okay for you to do this? I mean, even if there are no customers yet. It's fine, Kojo. I want to talk to you. Take a seat opposite to her. Her eyes stay on mine the entire time. It's funny that we've come together again. We couldn't be separate back in the day, could we? Nope. We'd always go off on adventures together. Not just middle school either. My entire life until that point had been spent with her. Real surreal when I think about it. Bonds don't quite fade. You might forget that someone looks like or not remember their name. When you meet them again, it all comes back to you. So much time spent. After we went to different schools, I never found another friend like you, Kojo. Do you ever meet anyone? I met a few people. No one I remember after I left high school, though. I see. I'll admit, you aren't as bashful as you used to be. Well, I've grown up eventually, right? Yes, but completely abandoning all sense of shame you haven't isn't very mature. I'm not exactly sure how to feel about this coming from her. She did admit to me that she's using those sexy outfits to bring in customers. Then again, if I were a girl, that's exactly what I would do too. Guys fall easily for a nice pair of breasts no matter who they are. Yes, I'd go as far to say that wrestler conquered entire empires. You can stop thinking about dirty things now. There's nothing wrong about thinking about breasts. She leans, Krista flashing a glimpse down her festily adorned cleavage. Really? Of course not. Of course I'm the one looking down her dress. If you think about nothing but breasts, it could be a problem. Maybe, but if I spend all the time thinking about breasts, there's nothing wrong with settling some time aside to think about pervert. She leans back in her chair, taking him out to adjust the front of her dress. Alright, I'll stop then. I honestly don't mind. It's strange how comfortable you are with these things, Sumi. I'm older too, you know. If we never came to the terms with these things, we never become functioning adults. That's true, more or less. More or less. I wonder what it's like for guys who keep getting embarrassed by all these things no matter how old they are. Man, that would be hell. Kojo, I've missed you. I kind of forget about our friendship after all these years, but now that you're here, your expression turns shy and sheepish for a moment. Realize how much I miss talking to you like this. Asumi, I never even realized it either. It's true, just talking with Asumi is enough to put me at ease. I can't help but think about all the time we've lost. Not only I stayed there and went to high school with them. Neither of us would have to be alone then. Hey, there's no point in dwelling it on now. What ifs, right? I'm happy that I got another chance to talk with you. Right, that's true. Still, I would have liked more time with just us, talking like this. Feels like time I've spent with you is unfairly taken from me. You had to leave because of your dad's work, right? Yes, he had to move to another town to keep his job. What choice did I have? She lets out a deep sigh. This is nice to think about how things could have worked out differently. I hear the longing in her voice. Hey, I'm here now. I'm not gonna go anywhere, Itsumi. I'll make up for the lost time, I promise. Do you really promise? Kojo I know would never break his promises. Of course I promise. I promise to stay here and help too. When you're not so busy, we'll have heaps of fun things together, just like old times. Alright, fun things. I remember some of your favorite fun things. Remember when you tried to get someone to buy you an adult magazine? Ouch. Yeah, I wanted to do the right thing and pay for one instead of stealing it. Of course, he didn't buy it for you. Pervert. I was just curious. No need to label me anything. If you aren't a pervert, why did you look at my chest? You did that on purpose. Am I supposed to ignore an open invitation? Well, it's not like I have a problem with you looking. Anyway, Kojo, we still have plenty of work we need to do before the customers arrive. While she goes off her seat, I can see that her dress started to ride up in the back. Hey, Itsumi, you might want to pull down the back of your dress down. She looks behind herself, through the edges. Here she noticed something like that. Itsumi wasn't joking about today. I'm more stressed than I've ever been. It's even worse than yesterday. All I'm doing is collecting dirty dishes and washing them too. How does she cope with this before? This is just insane. I'm stacking plates as high as I can. But there's always more. There's always more glasses. There's always more everything. Yet the entire time one person stands amongst the horde of customers. Yes, sir. I'll have your iced coffee shortly. Please be patient. Oh, you want an iced chocolate for your daughter? No problem. Her cool personality just keeps a level head no matter how fast the sea of customers. It's almost mesmerizing to see her soothe the crowd as she passes by. No matter how angry the customers are from not getting their order in a timely fashion, she's able to calm them down with only a few words. Please be patient, sir. You will have your drink shortly. Your food will be ready soon. When they face that cool personality, the customers seem to become as calm as she is. How are you coping with the dishes, Kojo? I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm not fine, but I have to keep going. I said I would help out. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. You're doing well, Kojo. Keep it up. Don't worry, I will. Sumi already has another tray of drinks out. How does she do this? Well, she has several years of experience. Still, she's amazing. She used to be really clumsy for as long as I knew her. But now, she's almost cat-like grace. And I see the ground is slippery. Wait, Itsumi. It's too late. Aww. Where's this theme falling? She loses her balance instantly. The drink in her tray spills a complete coat in front of her chest. Spray everywhere. All over her face, her arms. Her eyes go wide shot. She tries to wipe off her chest but only spreads it around more. Whatever was in those cups, it forms sticky syrup strands between her fingers. It's not good. Must be working too hard. That's when I notice the drinks are soaking through the front of the dress. Where's her bra underneath that outfit? I try to tear my eyes away, but there's something bewitching about it. I'm pretty sure everyone in this cab is thinking the same thing. Two complete empires. I can almost hear them cheering as she passes by. I have to help her. As much as I enjoy the view, I should do something to help her. I seem embarrassed in the slightest. I'm sorry, sir. I'll go get your drinks again. Only take a moment. She picks up a tray and carries it as if nothing happened. It remains soaked and see-through. The sheer from the drinks is growing to her skin too, making it look even more. Itsumi. Don't worry, they appear to be pleased by this. Yes, I'm going to worry. She pauses to look at me. It's only a few spilled drinks, Kodo. You know that's not what I'm talking about. I look down again and see the peaks of her mountains. Would you like them to show you to? No. Oh, you don't like them? No, it's not that I don't like them. It's like get cleaned up and take over in the meantime. Are you sure you want to do that? I look behind her at the roaring crowd. My instincts are screaming at me to run away. This crowd will eat me alive, I'm sure. For Itsumi's sake, I'll face it. Yes, I'll do it. You clean yourself up, okay? As you wish, Kojo. You just signed my death warrant. But it's for Itsumi that's okay. After one terrible day, we finally leave work. Late in the evening. It's dark when we step out of the caf. She's got her little winter mittens on again. You did well, Kojo. Also, I thank you for giving me a chance to clean up. Don't worry about it. I barely had time to catch my breath during all this. Didn't have enough problem with it, though. How do I tell her? I just didn't like the idea of those guys perving on you. It didn't seem right. It may seem silly, but obviously I share the same feelings. I don't like them looking at my childhood friend that way. With Itsumi and me, we can make jokes about it. I see. It actually makes me happy, Kojo. You still do care about me after all these years. Why wouldn't I care about you? I was worried you were being polite. But it seems you really do care. She's uncertain too. I guess it's been a long time. Of course I care about you. Why wouldn't I, Itsumi? Feelings can change over time. That's just how life is. Scuffs her shoes on the sidewalk. I'd like to walk with you for a bit, Kojo. If that's okay? Of course it is. Really tired after today, but spending time with Itsumi makes me feel better. Lead the way then, Kojo. As I stagger into my apartment, I collapse on the couch. What a day. Itsumi shortly follows me in. How are you stable to walk, Itsumi? Just practice, Kojo. There's nothing you can't get used to. Can't imagine getting used to that. Just how tough is this girl? Today was a lot of fun, despite how hard it is. And never really convincing when you say it's hard, because you never seem tired. You gotta have a poker face when you're dealing with those crowds. They can smell your fear. You make them sound like they're monsters. Oh, but they are. Have you not seen the hunger in their eyes? I mean, again. It's probably why you went to the cafe in the first place. It was a metaphor. Trust me, some of those customers looking for any excuse to ruin your day. What keeps you going then? Despite all the hardships of the job, at least it's never boring. You wouldn't believe how boring this town is. Working the cafe is pretty much the only thing that keeps me sane. But the pressure is incredible, isn't it? Insanely so. Whenever I make a mistake, it disrupts my whole workflow. So I demand perfection from myself when I'm at work. You didn't seem too bothered when you spilled those drinks. That's because you were there. You covered for my mistake and you gave me a chance to collect myself. It's very sweet of you, Kojo. I'm amazed you lasted that long while I was busy. It's nothing if I'm not doing it for a friend. Oh really? You're amazing today. I'm not that great compared to you, Itsumi. How many dishes we have served on that day? Easily over 100. That's normal for me. Normal, she says. I'd like to say it again, Kojo. Thank you for helping me at the cafe. You made it a lot easier for all the staff there, especially me. Honestly, it's no trouble. I had nothing better to do. By the way, did you see them? See them? Oh, those. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. You definitely did. Saw it in your eyes. Your entire outfit was see-through. Have you considered wearing raw? They're a pain to deal with. She's a real late bloomer, so I guess she doesn't like anything holding her back. Anyway, I really should get some rest. See you later, Kojo. Next time, Itsumi. She walks out of the apartment. I catch a glimpse of her skirt bobs for a split second. Interesting. Oh, he's not a pervert. No, of course not. I do want to write over it. Yesterday was hell. Today will also be hell. That is just what working that type of job is. There are just people who will go from like 0 to 100 at like the slightest inconvenience. And you just have to, you just gotta be polite. You gotta put your anger behind and not get angry at this person for expecting you to like drop everything and focus directly on them when there's so many other people there. Anyway, I thought the day before was hell, but that was double hell. How does Itsumi survive day after day? Must be an insane tendency? I'm glad I gave her a breather though, seeing her chest covered with whitish fluid. That's just so. What drink would it have been? Eggnog? Could have been like foam from something, like milk foam from like Hot Chocolate or something. I don't know. Doesn't seem to have a problem showing her body, but I don't like the cafe using her like that. I guess I'm the only one learning exactly how shameless she is. How much more womanly figure helps with that? With how flat she was, I didn't think she would ever have. I guess that just turned out wrong. Anyway, today's another day. Take a break from work. Oh, I think for now I need a break from working at Sumi's Cafe. It's only been there twice and I already feel like I'm on death's door. How does she do it? Can't be experience alone. She makes mistakes too, and it's visible when you're under that kind of pressure. The entire crowd constantly demanding attention. How no one throws a fit after not... How everyone throws a fit after not getting service is beyond me. Come to think of it, they are for food, or are they there to see Misumi? That's what I'm not comfortable with. After all, she's my childhood friend. Other guys staring at like that just doesn't feel right. I keep thinking that, but I can actually say anything about it. I mean, she's under the impression that I'm oblivious for years. Why else would she do all these shameless things? Huh? Someone's knocking at my door. Who else could it be? It's me. It's so time you open up. Don't you know how cold it is in the apartment hallway? Throw a coat out there. Nice to meet you too. Or nice to see you. Don't you have work? I have the day off. Even I need to relax sometimes. Since I have nothing better to do, I figured I would come see what's happening with you. Well, I glance around my apartment. Not much to say, really. Nothing has changed since you were last here. I didn't think it would. Makes me glad you're one of the few things in my life that doesn't change. Are you afraid of change? Yes. Change is scary and throw off your entire life upside down. Better when things don't change. Do you really think so? I mean, what if you didn't meet me again? Would you have been content with your life as it is? Well, content, but not happy. Maybe change isn't that bad. But don't go and change anything drastic, Kojo. I like you the way you are. You mean you like it when you can tell what I'm thinking? That's an added bonus, but just nice to have something absolute in your life. As far as I'm absolute though, after all, I'm a much better student than before. Yes, but you finally went to the university you always wanted to. But you don't look happy about it. Well, even if I got in the university I wanted, it's a bit lonely. I understand. That doesn't matter now. You're here and I'm definitely not alone. Yes. I'll make sure you aren't alone, Kojo. She looks around my apartment. I have a treat for you, Kojo. A kind of treat. Oh, you'll see. She buttons her jumper? There's no buttons on this sweater she has wearing. Whoa, easy there. I like the chest, but there's no need to rush. Just keep watching. Bit by bit she strips down and reveals something quite pleasing indeed. Blue? Blue suit? Swimsuit? What is this? It was a high school swimsuit. It looks tight. Is it bad? Not at all. You never got a chance to see me in it. Now you have as much time as you want. Hope I noticed how badly the swimsuit was training over the chest. Did they give you a smaller size in the start of high school? Yes, then I just grew and grew. I was wondering when it was going to happen. She pokes her chest and looks for the suit. I think I see one of the seams starting to split. Didn't you like school swimsuits? I remember you talking about high school and how you want to see the girls in their swimsuit. That I mentioned, I did have a thing for swimsuits. To think they designed these things to be non-arousing. But now people fetishize them everywhere. I don't know how I feel about that. It certainly isn't incongruous. Seeing Itsumi in one right now. Now why does it have to be a seam here? A seam where? I look downwards. Oh, I always wondered about that. She takes the lower half of the swimsuit, showing a flash of skin with each pull. Would you come and lie on my lap, Kojo? Itsumi sits on the lounge and crooks one of her fingers towards me, beckoning me. Your lap? Yes, well. I might as well. Lying out and resting my head on our lap, I feel her set to play with and stroke through my hair. I keep glancing up to see those two really blue hounds. This is the best seat in the house right now. When the last time we did this? I don't remember, but you definitely weren't wearing a school swimsuit then, right? It was just before you left. Do you remember that night, Kojo? Still remember everything from then. Her words become tinged with melancholy, despite her blank expression. I should bring up stuff like that. Are you enjoying the view, Kojo? Of course I am. This view is one of the most glorious I've ever seen. Pervert. I know. For the next hours I just lay there. Am I starting to feel that way about her? I think I am. When I saw her again, I wasn't sure how I felt about her. I know the feelings, but I don't know my own. It wouldn't surprise me now. After all, everything I do with her feels so intimate. Well, yeah. Laying my head on her lap shouldn't embarrass a veteran pervert like me, but your face is red. Ooh, there was no picture of this for that. Back in her normal clothes now. It's a strange day to be wearing a swimsuit underneath your clothes, Sumi. Does it matter? After all, I wanted you to enjoy it. That's the only thing that matters. She sits down again. So did you enjoy it, Kodo? Yes, I did. I'm glad. I was expecting her to whip out some Christmas decorations and then be like, put them exactly the way Santa did. And be like, there. It seems you were a little embarrassed about it too. Where's the legendary sameness of a true pervert? It's gone somewhere else right now. Is that so? I guess there's a moment like this even for you, Kojo. Not even seeing me naked made you blush like that. That is really the same. It's not what's different about it. It just feels different. I wonder why that's the case. The answer is obvious. Intimacy. Something which I have scarcely experienced since middle school. Just sitting there having someone minding you like that. It's nice. Kojo, have you ever noticed anything about me? Noticed anything? Like what? I mean, do you think there's any significance behind my actions? Well, we're child friends, it's natural that we're close. Putting the question and playing it cool. No, Kojo. I mean, she can't bring herself to do it, can she? If you want to say something to me, go ahead and say it. You can tell me anything, Itsumi. After all, we've known each other really well. I don't think this is something we'll avoid this time. If I were to take a guess, she's going to admit her feelings. Listen, Kojo. There's something you should know. Yeah, what's the matter, Itsumi? Something I wanted to say for a long time, but I never had the courage to say it. She's struggling. I never know what she's going to say. I like you, Kojo. I know. Eh? You knew the entire time? Yeah, I know. Since when? Pretty much the minute you started flirting with me. I'm not dense harm protagonist or anything. When a girl likes you, it's pretty obvious. So yes, I knew from the beginning. You may not be dense, but you're an idiot. Excuse me? Why didn't you say something earlier, Kojo? Why? This entire time I was thinking about how much I regret another confessing to you. Yet you knew the whole time. And just leave me suffering. You're a horrible person, Kojo. Why, just why? Why didn't you say anything to me? You were gonna leave back then. If you were gonna start dating, then have to leave, wouldn't feel much worse now? What would feel worse was years of regret. Year after year at Christmas, I thought about how I should have confessed. About how we might have tried to make it work, even if we were apart. But instead of having some kind of closure, I've been living with my regrets. So what will you do about that, Kojo? I don't know what to do. Do you not like me? Is that why you never said anything? Don't you want to be with me? It's not like that, isn't it? The whole time you said you never said you liked women with curves. Do you know how it made me feel? I'm more than that, Kojo. I only showed off because I thought it would get you to look at me. But you knew the whole time. That's a horrible thing to do to me. Didn't you care about how I felt, Kojo? If you knew they were there, why didn't you answer those feelings? Don't you think you owed me that much if you knew I was leaving? Even if you rejected me, it would have been better than waiting all these years, never knowing how it could have worked out. She takes a few deep breaths of try not to burst into tears. Just why? Why didn't you? I'm sorry, Itsumi. Is that all you have to say? Please, Kojo. Can't you say anything else? Can't you give me an answer? She's really upset right now. I've screwed up this badly? I never thought about it that way. Now I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm attracted to you. That much is obvious, right? Yes. But do you love me? You didn't say anything then that maybe you didn't feel anything. Maybe if I confessed, I would have been just rejected. Were my feelings for nothing? She straightens out her sweater and starts toward the door. Wait, Itsumi. I need to go home. You have a very busy day at work tomorrow. I open my mouth to say something, but she stares blankly back at me. Without another word, she steps out of my apartment and closes the door behind her. I've messed up big time. So, the last one was Santa. She also had a day where she was really upset. This is kind of the same. I mean, upset for a different reason, obviously, but still. I really am an idiot. Yep. Why didn't I think about it from her perspective? I wouldn't feel the same way if I never confessed to a girl. Then she moved away, and then years after that happens, I meet her again. Only for her to say to me that she knew how I felt the entire time. I think I'd be upset, especially if I spent a lot of time with them. It's too late now, though. The question is, what am I going to do about this? I have to focus on here and now instead of sitting here and doing nothing. Sumi's mad at me the most she's ever been with anything. But I don't know. I don't think it's over. No, we still have unfinished business. She's saying he desperately wants an answer through all that heartache. People just throw their feelings in the trash on a spur-of-the-moment decision. If anyone could, they probably wouldn't fall in love in the first place. She carries those feelings around for years and years. There's no way she'll let them go. And well, there's no way I can let go of my feelings either. I like her. I like her a lot. I think I might even love her. No, I do love her. That's why I went so much effort for her when she spilled those drinks. Or when my heart skipped a beat when I started getting dressed in that bunny at fair. There's no point in lying to myself anymore. I'm an idiot who's fallen in love and I didn't realize it. Wow. So what am I going to do about this? People fight a lot when they're in love sometimes. Anyone who could just give up after one fight wouldn't be worth it, I think. Itsumi. I'm so sorry I didn't answer your feelings all those years ago. I didn't know if I was ever going to see you again. That's exactly why I'm going to make things right now. I don't want to lose her again after so many years. That's how I feel about her. I'll head over to the cafe first thing. They probably still need an extra hand for the holiday rush. I imagine she's doing too great either. She's in no shape to take it on alone. She shouldn't have to. I'll help you, Itsumi. Promise you that after all. Even though I'm an idiot, at least I have my determination. Those crowds will be vicious, but I'll be there. I don't care if I have to wash 1,000 plates. I'm not gonna have to give up my promise. After all, if I don't keep my promises, then what am I? Just wait, Itsumi. Please wait. Okay, let's save. Yeah, save it. She didn't know what I knew. No wonder she's upset with me. The minute I knew, I probably should have said something. Now it feels like it's a little too late. Too little too late. What should I do? Oh, what is Dahashi? Best thing to make up with her. Now it takes a lot of courage to make that first step. So, I have to go see her work eventually. I should give her some time to cool off first. Then I turn around to work and help with Christmas crowds. After losing each other for so long, I don't want to end it this way. Maybe I should do something else today. We're going to both need a clear... No. So Itsumi, please wait for me. I promise we'll sort things. I'm not gonna give her time. I've psyched myself up for this. There's no going to take courage for me to go back. Still have to do it. Assuming I won't leave you to face Christmas all alone. Wonder what would happen if you're like, I'll leave them. I'll go see another girl. Probably just like the first day, or maybe, I don't know. As I wander into the cafe, I see a familiar figure standing by a table. Itsumi is holding a drink tray close to her chest, her fingers digging into its hard surface. She turns around and sees me. For a moment, she seems to be at a loss for words. Oh, she's got the bunny outfit on again. What are you doing here, Kojo? I said I helped, didn't I? Even an idiot has to keep his promises. I have no say in whether or not you can work here, so do as you wish. Then I'm gonna help my friend. She offers no response. The day grows busier and busier, yet this time I keep my pace the whole way. Itsumi is getting dishes out faster than the customers can order them. The entire time she tries her best not to look at me. You did something to upset her, huh? The cafe owner is looking over my shoulder as he continues to clean the dishes. We had a fight, yeah. Make things right. Do that soon, would ya? It's affecting business. She's been down. I've noticed. When you can read her feelings, you know something is wrong. So whatever you did, you better fix it, Kojo. That girl is completely lost right now. Right. I'll do my best. Itsumi passes by at that moment, trembling with every step. Itsumi, please. Hear me out when I have hands. Fine. Doesn't say anything else. Instead, she focuses on the job and keeps the dishes flowing out of the kitchen. Eventually, the crowds die down and we have the time to actually talk. We sit down across from each other. Itsumi still looks shaken. I barely know what to say. For a moment, we just drink in the awkwardness, unsure what to do. Eventually, Itsumi breaks the silence. Why did you come back? Because I wanted to answer your feelings. You're right, I was being indecisive. But I am going to tell you now. I like you, Itsumi. And I admit it, I regretted I never said anything to. Do you? Do you really mean it? Or you just tell me what I want to hear, Kojo? Why would I do that? I know you can see right through me. I can't lie to you, you know I'm telling the truth. Yes, I'd know right away if you were lying. That's right. That's how well I know you. She leans over and puts her face down on the table. Just, Kojo, it's hard to just forget. It's not as simple as saying you're sorry that you want to make things right. You have to prove it. That's why I'm here. I was scared of facing again today, but I knew I had to do it. You were suffering, I saw it in your face, in your actions. I know saying sorry isn't enough. I want to do my best, but I can hear her tearing up a bit. Kojo, I really do love you, and it really hurt when you said those things to you yesterday. But that's how I felt. I wanted you to notice me, but you saw the whole time and you just chose to say nothing. I know, I thought about it. Or at least if someone knew my feelings but never answered, I'd be angry too. You didn't do anything wrong, Itsumi. Even so, I was being harsh. It's okay, couples fight all the time, don't they? But we aren't a couple. I reach across the table and take her and hold of her hand. Then why don't we change that, Itsumi? First time in her life, she actually looks embarrassed. I finally cut through her pathetic personality. I wouldn't dislike that. Actually, I'd rather like it. I can feel her fingertips slip between mine. After all, we've known each other for so long, haven't we? That's right. Who would make a better couple than us? She was upset, but now I can see a gentle smile forming. I've been waiting a long time for you to say that to me. Thank you, Kojo. So, are we going to spend Christmas Eve together? Absolutely. Be a first date. I find it so strange to be saying that. Even with all those feelings, we never actually went on a date. Or did anything as lovers. Then we'll have to make up for lost time, won't we? Yes, we will. Those are from the table, brushing tears from her eyes. That break's nearly over, Kojo. The rest of the shift is easy, but do your best. Don't worry, Itsumi. We'll take on whatever comes together. Aw, that was cute. Well, this is it. It's Christmas Eve. One of the single most important days of the year for me. I originally thought I'd be completely alone on this day. And yet here I am, feeling nervous about what's going to happen next. Just normal when you're going on a date with a cute girl, right? Itsumi. So sorry that I wasn't honest to you all those years ago. But I was afraid of what would happen if we got too close. Shouldn't worry about that now. Pointless complaining about things I can't change is stupid. I'm gonna take her on a date just like I should have done all those years ago. I want her to remember this night. I want her to treasure this as one of the most precious memories. That sweet, straightforward girl who I knew all those years ago. I can't believe that she hasn't changed at all since then. Itsumi, I never wanted to admit it myself, but I feel something for you too. Something more than just friendship. From this point forward, I'll be honest with my feelings. You deserve that much, at the very least. Let's have as much fun as we can do on Christmas Eve. Just like that all those years ago. Here I am, waiting for Itsumi to arrive. The most time for a date. Who would have thought that I would be on a date with a childhood friend? Seemed like something out of a romance novel. After all this, separate for years, then two lovers reunite and their love for each other is rekindled. No one ever says that what happens after. It's just because it turns out alright? I don't know. I'm hardly an expert on romance. I mean, I handled Itsumi's feelings with grace of an ogre. But I shouldn't worry about that right now. I feel so nervous about this date. Even though she's done some pretty shameless things right in front of me, this seems different somehow. It's natural to get nervous around a person you like, I guess. A knock comes on the door. I guess this is it. When I open the door, she's wearing her casual clothes. Hey, Kojo. Hey, Itsumi. Not dressing up for tonight? No, I do that enough at work. And I only want you to be looking at me tonight. Seems like she's really means that too. This night is just for us. Let's make the most of it. It feels weird. This will be our first date. I don't know how to feel about it. All I know, Itsumi, is that I'm happy. Right. This feels like we should have happened a long time ago. Hey, don't worry about it. We're together now, and that's the important thing, right? Of course. I only get the chance to confess my feelings. Meeting you again after this Christmas was the greatest present I could ask for, Kojo. It's not something I really saw before, but Itsumi is always an incredible cute girl. Even more right so now. She's actually shy. This side of her is mainly cute. Anyway, where would you like to go for our date? Wherever you want, Itsumi. After all, you've been working this entire time. Cut loose and have as much fun as you can. Okay. I know where I want to go, so let's just walk around downtown and see. Oh, okay. Sounds great to me. Takes the stand right next to me. Slowly she leans into me, she resting on my shoulder. Her hand slips into mine. I don't understand. Why is it so hard to do that? I wanted to do it that entire time, but I always stop myself. Why is it so hard, Kojo? What's easy for one person might be hard for another. That's just life. You're always to do it in the end, right? Isn't what matters instead of wishing for a different life. Yes. It drives me out of the apartment smiling the entire time. Come on, we need to leave nice and early. I don't want to miss anything, do you? Not at all. Here we are back in town. Look at all the people bustling around. Downtown is absolutely booming. I don't think it was ever this busy in the last town I lived in. Everyone is out in the town on the tonight, it seems. Looks like Christmas rush is well and truly on. Glad I'm not working tonight. Look at these crowds. How much business does your cafe get on Christmas Eve? During the night, I mean? See, it's double the business we get during the day. Are you sure they're gonna be okay? Don't worry, they'll be fine. They knew I was planning on to do this from the start. You were planning our date that early? Yes, I didn't know I was going to go on a date or not, but I planned ahead just in case. I made sure everyone knew, including my boss. He's surprisingly lenient about how much he relies on you. It's because he relies on me that he agreed to this. All our other staff need practice, he said. How cruel. At least I'm not there right now. Don't worry about them, Kojo. I just worry about us. What would you like to do first? I have no idea. Then you'll let me decide? Go ahead. We should get some ice cream. But isn't it already cold? You already ate ice cream on Christmas Eve. Christmas ice cream in front of the fire was the best part of Christmas Eve. Come to think about it, eating ice cream in front of the fireplace is always a bad idea. Or how it would melt and get everywhere. That was the best part. Even though we had to clean it up afterwards. Yeah. It was the time that time when your parents had put in a new carpet and they were told that they were absolutely not to eat ice cream there. But then we did it anyway, and they got real angry. But it was worth it. I don't think a single regret about ice cream, even when it was a bad idea. Sometimes bad ideas are the best ideas. It doesn't take long until we find somewhere selling it. We end up sitting on the bench to eat ice cream. Asumi's looking to me though. Hey Kojo. She reaches towards my face. What is it? I just brush over my cheek. Get some ice cream on your face. She licks it off her finger. Delicious. I can't help but blush from the gesture. Right. It seems I'm weak towards cuteness instead of lewdness. Who would have imagined? Ree's embarrassed over you, pervert. Can't handle being touched by your childhood friend. Hey, I'm not embarrassed at all. I know when you're lying. There's no need to be bashful around me, Kojo. We're adults, aren't we? Yeah, right. So I can't help but feel nervous. First she was shy, and now she's just becoming incredibly confident. Is she already comfortable with the idea of dating me? Don't forget to finish your ice cream. You can't spend the whole night lost in thought. Right. We finished and Sumi looks pleased. Ice cream during Christmas still tastes as great as ever. Don't you think, Kojo? Now that she mentions it, I did enjoy that. I don't think I've had ice cream during Christmas since I last saw you. Sumi shakes her head. Don't dwell on the past, you told me that. Here and now is what matters. Come on, let's go have a look at your Christmas tree. Takes me by the hand and tugs me off the bench. Aw. This is cute. In front of the brilliant Christmas tree downtown, Asumi smiles. This reminds me of how she used to smile every Christmas Eve. It is the moment why I realized I loved her so much. The shimmering lights of the Christmas tree danced around her, giving her almost angelic appearance. For a moment, I'm lost how beautiful she is. Gently squeeze my hand, she guides me through the crowd. Eventually, we stop right in front of the Christmas tree. Her eyes lock onto mine. You have the beautiful eyes, Kojo. Has everyone told you that? Can't say they have. Why? When we first met, this is the first thing I noticed about you. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and I liked what I saw in yours. They were truly beautiful. They are truly beautiful. I guess that's where my feelings started, even if I didn't know it at the time. Then, when we spent our first Christmas together, her attention sweeps over the entire square briefly. Whenever I see the candy canes, the decorations for the trees, they all remind me of you, Kojo. Kojo and Christmas will always be one and the same. She smiles grows wider and wider as she looks at me. Kojo. The day I left you was the single greatest regret that I have ever met in my life. Nothing I ever did after that compared to having to leave you behind, Kojo. When I was in the car on my way to this town, I felt like crying the entire time. Hey, don't worry about it, okay? I keep telling you I'm here right now. I have no intention of letting you go. That's right. She grabs my hand, holding tightly. Her eyes are shining. I love you, Kojo. I wish I had the courage to say it earlier, but I finally did. I want to be with you again. Please, no matter what. Don't let anything pull us apart. Promise that you'll be here no matter what happens, Kojo. She holds her hand out to me. With no hesitation, I take it. I promise, Asumi. We'll be together forever. Thank you. I know someone who keeps his promises. With you by my side, I know that everything will be wonderful. There's magic in this moment. I can just feel it. The mood is right, the atmosphere is right. She's looking at me with so much love in her eyes. Kojo, I want to do something. May I? Whatever you like, Asumi. Okay. And close your eyes for a moment. I want it to be a surprise. Closing my eyes, I think I know what's coming next. I feel something soft pressing against my lips. She stayed there for the longest time. Feel the heat radiating off her. I slowly open my eyes. Asumi looks back at me. I finally had my first kiss. I couldn't think of anyone I'd rather give it to. She looks up to the starry sky. I wonder if Santa knew I would wish for this year. Maybe she did. She? Well, then I still young, Kojo. There's so much more I want to do before Christmas. She takes me by the hand again. Will you come with me? Of course I'll come with you, Asumi. I'm so glad. For Christmas I reunite with my childhood friend. A love surprised the test of time. Now I know there won't be another time that I ever will be separated from her again. This is a story of how I fell in love with my childhood friend on Christmas Eve. I don't know what's going to happen from here, but if it's with her, I'm ready for it. Wow. Again, that was really cute, really sweet. Alright, that was Asumi's story. Thanks, my demons, for watching, and happy holidays!